What is going on, guys? I'm Nick, and today we're taking a look at another case for the iPhone 14 Pro, and it's a case I've been super excited for. It's going to be the Latercase from Lou Later over on Unbox Therapy. Huge fan, and I may be an even bigger fan of this case right here. So let's get right into it. It's going to be starting with the packaging right here. It's going to be the Latercase, the impossibly thin phone case. Designed in Canada, made with Kevlar. This is going to be the iPhone 14 Pro Cyber Edition, and it's actually the limited edition midnight version. And I'll get more into why exactly I was so excited about this case after we slap it on the phone. Just a quick look around, and let's take a look at the back of the packaging. Super minimal packaging, which I am a fan of. Ultra thin, 0.6mm case, featherweight at 10 grams, superior texture, and it is 5 times stronger than steel. And then a little bit of branding down here. Now let's just get right into it. We get a little bit of Kevlar texture right there, 100% DuPont Kevlar. Same information we saw on the back. And here is the case itself. You can set the packaging over to the side. Let's pull this out. A little bit of social right there. You know I'm already following for sure. And here is the case. The impossibly thin phone case. And just, okay, you might see a little bit of grime on there. I have been running this case as I always do. I've been running it for 3-4 days now, and I just love the case. I do have some complaints. Just 2 things, maybe not complaints, just a few gripes with the case that I was a little disappointed in, but we'll get to those as we move forward. So you can see extremely thin case, and on the inside, nothing going on. As you can see, no MagSafe integrated, which is one of my gripes already, but I'll cover that more later. And let's just slap the phone in here. We've got the iPhone 14 Pro in space black. Got like dust on it or something. But here it is, and let's just slap it right in. Super solid fit, and there it is on the phone. Just look at that. Now, my first gripe was the fit of this case. I kind of think my case may be defective, or I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if you'd be able to see this. My phone actually slides up and down in the case. It's as if the case is just too long for my phone. Let's see if I can get that in focus for you guys. Yeah, if you look up here at the top, you can see my phone moving up and down inside the case, which is definitely not the best thing to see, but I haven't had any issues with my phone like slipping out of the case, so just felt it'd be fair to show you guys that. I didn't want you to get your case and see that and wonder why mine didn't have that. It does. But moving forward, let's talk about some protection. Well, actually, let's talk about that texture first. You can see the texture. You can see it. It is super nice. Of course, you can see that Kevlar. And the reason I was so excited for this case is because of the fact that I'm not a big fan of the way aramid or carbon fiber looks. A lot of thin cases use carbon fiber or aramid fiber. Even the Latercase has their classic edition in that, and I'm not a fan of it. I don't really like the look of it. I love the feel, but I don't like the look. So that's why I loved this midnight edition. And let's talk camera protection now. Alright, so as you can see, cameras are completely covered. It's not just a lip that goes around. And you can see they are deeply recessed inside the case, which is something you don't see a lot with thin cases. You don't see a ton of camera protection on thin cases. Now, because of that, I really want to do the wobble test for y'all, just to see how much this phone happens to shake, if at all. We do get a little bit of wobble, and as we work our way up, as always, you get the most wobble in that top left corner, which is pretty normal. We see that all the time. And I just want to give you guys one look at that texture again because of how insane it is. Super nice look to the case. Now, even though I did have that complaint about the fit and my phone moving around in there, still got to do the fit test so we can see. And yeah, obviously really rigid material. There's no pull anywhere on this case, and it's not gonna go anywhere, obviously. And I really like that the lip on this, it is super beveled. It is not gonna dig into your fingers. It's not sharp or anything like that. It makes it really comfortable to use and hold. Now moving over to the side, or actually the screen lip first. Now it is a super minimal case, which means little to no screen lip at all. You kind of come to expect that with these cases. If you're running a super thin case, you're probably not going to see much of a screen lip. I do have a tempered glass screen protector on here, which means that the lip, if there were any, is going to seem even more minimal than it already did. Now we can take a look at the sides so that we can see how it looks over here. Completely open sides, so it's going to be the buttons and the mute toggle on the phone itself. Same thing for the bottom, completely open bottom, which is pretty common for cases like this. You can see right there, open all the way. Same deal for the power button. Power button is going to be completely open right there. I mean, I'll test the buttons for y'all anyway, but it is just the buttons on the phone. And then same thing with the top. Top is completely exposed. Now, I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of that, but I personally don't mind it. I think it's part of the look, and it's an aesthetic thing, really. Okay, now, my other gripe with this case. There is no MagSafe built in. And I know it says it technically is MagSafe compatible, but that's only because of how thin it is. And I have used it with different MagSafe accessories, car mounts, things like that, and I did drop my phone in this case, luckily in my car, so it just landed on carpet, but I really wish they would just integrate magnets in this. I know we have to add some weight to it, but it would just make the case overall so much better. I am going to go ahead and test a few MagSafe accessories with you guys, because it does work with a few accessories, but I just want to show you guys so you can form your own opinion. Starting with the Spigen OMAG ring as always. I'm just going to slap this right on here. As you can see, it goes on right there just fine. And I can lift my phone with it, but you do have to be a little gentle. It is going to fall. As you can see right there. You can still use it as a stand as well. It's not going to go anywhere if you're tapping away on it, things like that. It doesn't tend to fall off that way, which is perfectly fine. Now, I don't use this accessory with this case. If you totally can, I just don't feel all that comfortable with it, so I don't use it. Now, the Apple MagSafe battery pack. I actually have a case on this as well, just because mine always seems to get like scratches on it and things like that. So I went ahead and threw this matte clear case over it, and we're just gonna try it out. So you can see the case is wireless charging compatible, as expected, considering how thin it is. And let's see, I can't lift the phone with the battery pack, but the battery pack will stay on. But if you do slightly bump it, it is going to fall off, as you can see right there. So this one, I probably will use it, but just warning, be careful with it. And the wallet, if you guys know me, I'm a big wallet fan, especially these minimal ones. And let's try it out. Sticks on just fine, but I can feel it moving around in my hand. Seems like it'll be okay, but a drop or you bump your phone a little too hard, you probably will be losing the wallet. So just be careful, especially when you're taking the phone in and out of your pocket, that it's sliding against your pants or your jeans. You will want to be careful with it, because there's a chance it gets caught on something and you lose it. So I have actually used this with this phone case once already, but I don't know if I would do it again because I did actually drop it and someone else had to tell me that I dropped it, so thank God they were around. But that's just my note. Now we are going to try this anyway. If you know me, this is a heavy base that we're going to try to lift to test case's magnets, which are not present in this case. I do feel it stick on, and it does lift it. It is currently off the table. As you can see, my hand is under it. But as soon as I tilt the case off axis even a little bit, it can't lift it off of my hand. I'm not holding it. It just won't lift it. It can carry it this way. Smallest bump, it's gone. And if I try to tilt it, it's gone as well. So that's just my one gripe. I would love to see thin cases continue integrating magnets into them because we have seen it already in the past. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys one last look around the case, starting with camera protection. As you can see, really nice camera protection. I'm not sure if I prefer this design, this full camera cover design, or just the classic camera lip yet, but this is kind of growing on me, I have to admit. And moving over to the front, where we get that quote-unquote screen lip. You do have a little bit of lippage over on the corners, I guess you could say, but definitely nothing to trust with your life or anything like that. And then we have our open buttons right here. The open bottom right there, as you can see. Completely open. And then the open power button. You can see fingerprints all over that stainless steel as always. And open top. So overall, super nice case. Just those two things. The fit is a little off on my case for some reason. And I would love to see some MagSafe added in here. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Huge fan of this case. Had been waiting for it for a good while and was definitely not let down despite those two things. Hope you all liked it. If you did, be sure to hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more of me, more case reviews, be sure to subscribe as well. Don't forget to subscribe. Helps me out a ton. And I'm trying to put out a ton of videos just like this covering cases and accessories for you guys. If you guys have any ideas of cases or anything you want to see covered, be sure to leave it down in the comments below. I try my best to respond to all your comments. I know I miss a couple every now and then, and I'm sorry, but I'm figuring it out and I will get to you. I'm just taking a little bit of time to get there, so forgive me. That's going to be it for me for today, guys, and I'll see y'all around. Definitely not leaving this thing behind. No way. I'll see you guys out there.